Short and sweet. We're having work outside today, so I can spend a little time with this new One More audio system. Now, One More is a brand I've been a big fan of for a really long time in the consumer audio space, especially talking about earbuds and headphones and true wireless. And they're trying something a little different here. This is the One More Pixie dual microphone wireless system. They're trying their hand at some creator gadgets, not just the consumer audio, the headphone, the earbud gadgets. Absolutely familiar stuff from what we've seen from this company in the past, but then also just the current trend where we're talking about these wireless microphone systems. There are these little clip-on microphones. There's a receiver that plugs into a computer or a phone or a tablet. Just like some true wireless earbuds, it's a 2-channel system. But One More is going for ultra simplicity. There are only a couple options on these. The idea is that you're just gonna plug this in, clip a microphone to a shirt, record, and then be done with what you're trying to create. It makes these more consumer friendly, but this means that this isn't gonna give us a lot of flexibility if we're looking at more prosumer audio kit. For example, I don't even have control over the microphone gain. It's all gonna be automatic. As I talk, you're gonna hear the microphones adjust to the volume of my voice, and when I stop talking, we might hear just a little bit more nature sound. I definitely can't call these things professional, and I'd be reluctant to even call them prosumer, but this is one of those steps that we take where it makes a better audio capability a little less intimidating for someone who just wants to spruce up their audio a little bit. Camera perspective audio is really difficult to work with, and when we just want to put a mic on someone and get that clearer signal to the camera, something like the Pixie might make some sense to someone out there. One More is being really cute with this setup. There's a zipper hard case, which actually I really wish that we saw more of this from other audio brands. This is a harder accessory case. Oops, I just dropped one of my wind muffs there. Inside, we've got a charge case. This is how we charge the microphones, and internally there's a smaller receiver in this case, but right now I'm using this with a larger receiver that at least gives me indicators that both channels are connected to the receiver. You could just take this out on the go with you, just charge it up. Everything's really easy, or you can bring the slightly larger pack if you want the clips and the wind muffs, and I think there's a USB cable in here. Making these as simple as true wireless earbuds is a handy trick, but we do have a couple options to play with. Right now, I'm just in the sort of wide open acoustic mode, but there is a noise canceling mode, which is very deliberate. It's gonna make you sound like you're kind of underwater, but it will reduce noise around you. There's a reverb mode. I'm not entirely sure how useful a reverb mode might be for the kinds of recordings you need to pull off. And then you can just go to muting the microphone if you need to do that too. It's one button, you just kind of click it until you get to the setting that you want. And then from there, we've got decent range. These are rated for up to 100 meters with clear line of sight, multiple hours of recording time with a battery in the case to further top off and charge your devices. And that's about all she wrote. This one's a really easy one to talk about just because it's so streamlined. We want to get in, pop a couple mics on, record, pack it all back up, be good to go. Now, I've said that before on a number of these other wireless audio products. Like I draw a line in the sand for more professional controls and then on-device recording. If you need to have like an audio backup, you're not going to get any of that here. But One More isn't trying to convince us that just because it's wireless, that's somehow really special or expensive or professional. These are targeted at consumers, squarely targeted at consumers with a price to match. At the time I shot this video, I think they were on sale for a little less than $70. I've reviewed some other microphone systems in the past that really build themselves on simplicity, and maybe they had a few more features to play with, but the prices would have been over $100, sometimes over $200, and that makes a lot less sense to me. This is something that's a lot less intimidating. So not only is it going to be easier to get up and running, you might not have as much room to grow, but it's easy to get started. You're not going to spend a lot. In fact, you're paying less than many true wireless earbuds to get a pair of microphones working to a receiver. A really handy setup if you wanted to do just a casual interview or a podcast or something. You could run it directly from a phone or a laptop and be well covered wirelessly. Wireless, we just take it for granted now, but these things would have totally blown my mind not that long ago that the tech was falling to this kind of accessible price point. So if this is something that you'd be interested in, or you're trying to just spruce up your family videos, maybe you want to get into something just a little bit more robust, some podcasting or some like making shorts or TikToks or reels. There's a plane going right over my head. This is the second lap they've done, just literally vertical right there. I guess we'll get a chance to see if the microphones are reacting more to how loudly I'm speaking than my environmental noise. He's doing a loop right there. So I will, of course, leave some links down below where you can find more information on the One More Pixie wireless microphone system. Maybe shop these bad boys online. I love digging into audio kit. Audio was my first love, my passion, my joy, and the folks who get to see the results of my testing and reviewing first are, of course, my incredible patrons. All of the people over on patreon.com/SomeGadgetGuy. This list of names that you see scrolling by on your screen right now, a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart, as these are the folks that are helping to keep the lights on back in the gadget lab, but they also help fund a few of the excursions that we get to do when we have work outside. They're the coolest tech pals in the universe. So I hope you'll consider checking them out. I hope you'll consider joining the community at patreon.com/SomeGadgetGuy. Now, you know where you can find me around the rest of the internet at SomeGadgetGuy, basically everywhere. But these days, trying to spend a bit more time on the Mastodons, a lot less so on the Facebooks, Instagrams, Threads, and none at all on that dumpster fire site. And I will catch you all on the next review.